Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So we all know the ongoing current case in Sokoto right now, the case of the explosion that claimed no less than 10 lives. It was said that the Nigerian military air force are the ones that mistakenly, they said that it was a mistake that did the explosion, that it was targeted at the bandits or the terrorists in the bush, but they made a mistake. That's a costly mistake, by the way. They made a mistake and it now went to the villagers, and innocent people, innocent civilians lost their life. Not less than 10 people. Families are still grieving. The case is ongoing and we are expecting that people will take responsibility. They say that they have made their findings and that people will take some people will take responsibility. The people we do not know. Okay, now we are hearing again the defence headquarters have come out to say that the strike did not come from them, that it was the terrorists that did the striking. First, we were expecting apology and we heard that so people will take responsibility for what happened. The people we did not see, the punishment we did not see. Now they are saying that the striking did not come from them. This is a very costly mistake. This is a very costly mistake, and I don't know how the government is going to take it. This caused a lot of reaction. I'm going to play a video for you to hear from the house's mouth and hear what he said.
Biri also gave us the same scenario. At first, the military said they acted on intelligence. It turned out to be very devastating intelligence. Then, of course, they tried to skirt around. When that couldn't work, they promised investigations, and actually the investigation was conducted by the military itself. So the military was allowed to investigate itself. Be that as it may, a report came out that yes, it was an error and some people had been held to account. There are no details of who was held to account, how, or exactly what happened to them. Be that as it may, we could excuse that. But then at the very least, we should expect that lessons have been learned. Obviously, this has not been the case. Lessons have not been lost. We have just had an announcement that people were held to account. We don't know how or how severe, exactly what their role was. None of this was given. I mean, when the military gets to investigate itself, you don't expect anything. And of course, when we talk of the Sokoto state government is severely constrained. It has no control over the military. It can make suggestions, but of course, what a lot of people called last year a Tudumbiri was that there should be an open investigation by the military along with civil rights group and other arms of government. This did not happen. So what is appearing to happen is that each time there is a mistake, you claim, because we don't know the actual results, to have investigated and taken action. Exactly what action, we don't know. So that what we are saying is that, look, we need to be given a more believable version of exactly what happened. More important than that, we need to be assured that steps are taken and all will be done to avoid such casualties outside of extremely rare accidents. Now, intelligence in such an area of Silame is not a forested area, for God's sake. If there were terrorists there, and any traditional ruler in that area would tell you where they are. So the human intelligence should have been given priority more than an aeroplane flying. The villagers say from their accounts, they just woke up in the morning and planes were flying all over. All of a sudden, bombs were flying, and then homes were being destroyed. Women and children were dying. For God's sake, I mean, I'm sorry to say, I personally do not believe the version of the military, and I think it's very insensitive.
Wow, guys, this just reminded me of when the chief of defence said that security in Nigeria is for everyone, not just for armies alone. So armies are there to protect the country and also secure the territory and secure the people. What how how then is it the work of the people to secure themselves also? Yes, we know that everybody has a hand in playing out on whatever happens in the country, but we also know that the military, the army, it is their job to secure the properties of Nigeria and also the lives of the citizens of Nigeria. So people will now be in Sokoto or anywhere in the country hoping that the armies are fighting for them, trying to secure their life. And you also be securing your life as well, because if the hit did not come from the terrorists, it can come from the army itself, and they will term it a mistake. I'm just going to play a video where the chief of defence has said that the security is for everyone. I don't know what we are meant to use to secure for ourselves, because normal civilians, the masses, are not allowed to own a gun or anything for protection. The armies are meant to do the protection. Now we are going to do our job and also do the work of the army. I'm going to play the video for you to hear.
It's unfortunate that we see how things have turned, and it is because, sometimes when situations start changing, instead of nipping it in the bud, we allow it until it festers and then becomes a monster, then it becomes dangerous. But like I said, the security challenges we're facing in Nigeria is not a military challenge or security, is a Nigerian challenge. It started from a social thing and then, over time. And it's affecting everybody, directly or indirectly. So, and that's why we want to appeal everywhere we have the opportunity for Nigerians to understand that this is a Nigerian. If it fails, if the military fails, Nigeria is failing. It's not the military. Nigeria is failing. And so most times you sit down and you hear people say, when a soldier dies, that's when people celebrate it. And you wonder, these are people standing on so that the country can move forward, so that people can sleep. So that's why it's important for us to look at what is going on. It's a Nigerian project. All Nigerians must come together. Everybody has a role to play in supporting the security forces in achieving, their mandate of securing the country. And I think that's very important. So these are issues that we really, really need to look at. And that's why I said security is everybody's responsibility. Because the security forces are just how many? They can't be everywhere. So everybody has a role to do. You see something going wrong, you report. You have done your own bit. And that's why it's important that we need to do that. And from primary school, we need to bring out these issues so that our children will grow up with this security mindset. That's what is lacking in Nigeria. We don't have it. People feel it's not their business. It's supposed to be for the police. It's supposed to be for... No, it's everybody. You go to areas like us, when we operate in an area, we try to make sure that, firstly, the community understands that we're there for them. We're not enemies. We're friends to protect them. And then we need their support. If they have issues with water, if we have ways of creating water, we do that. Hospitals, we have, military, everywhere we deploy, we have our medical centers. So that is also available to them. Sometimes schools, when we have schools, they don't have enough teachers. We have, within us, we have, the military is such a way that you have almost every profession you have in the civil, you have in the military. So we have people that will just go in and start teaching. So we do a lot where we do. And then for the government is the issue of fairness, justice, equity. Infrastructure. What we see mostly when we operate in the bushes, Oga was theater commander in Maiduguri. I took over in 2021 later. I spent 19 months as theater commander. So most times when you go to these villages, you wonder there is no sign of governance.
None.
None. Some communities you go to, you wonder where they have been to. So you see, it's easier for these guys to be influenced by others, coming to tell them, look, the government is far off. We are here. We can do this for you. We can provide food. We can provide medical. We can provide. So why do you need government? So these are the areas. And so the non-kinetic is these other efforts that you put in. When people feel comfortable where they are, they have good hospitals, they have good schools, roads. They feel the government cares for them. And so they're ready to put in everything to protect these things. But when these things are missing, how do you convince them? So it becomes a major challenge. And those are areas that we say the military solution to insecurity is 20-25%. We just provide the enabling environment. If those other aspects are not in place, it's a problem. We'll keep on running in cycles. Because they say a hungry man is an angry man. If you tell the man keep the peace, yes, he's keeping the peace. He doesn't have food to eat. His kids are crying. His wife is sick or she's giving birth. He has nothing to do. For every human being, survival is the first thing. So he might want to do other things just to make sure that he survives. His children won't die. His wife won't die. So these are issues that's why I said that it's a whole of society approach to the insecurity we're going through. So everybody has a role to play.
And as you engage these communities and you talk to them, have you been able to convince them to support you? Do you have people giving you information?
Very well. Very, very well. Extremely. You see, what they want to see is that sense of sincerity in you. You know that you're committed, you're there for them, you're not lying, you're there to deceive them. You know, you hear most times people give information and they say, look, you give information and they tell the criminals this was the person who talked. So you see, nobody wants to do that. So you need to really develop that aspect for them to understand that you are there for them and you need them to support you. In Maiduguri, for example, I've had situations where at midnight, 2, 3 a.m., a villager will follow the movement of Boko Haram. He will climb a tree with a small phone. He will call us and say, sir, I've seen them in 2 gun trucks. They're at this location, they're at 2, 3 a.m. You'll be communicating. Just to see. And one thing they love is that, yes, immediately he gives this information, he's seen action being taken. It's either patrols are coming, or he sees an aircraft flying, or something. He feels he has contributed to the safety of his community.
With pride.
With pride. And he is not asking for anything. The only thing...
Guys, this is not looking good at all. Like this, people's life don't go be say you don't go. All these ones wey dem dey talk now, just initial gra. Very soon Nigeria will forget it and nobody will take responsibility for what happened. Those people will still be in the army working. Normally, in a country that is working, these people are supposed to be sacked. Those people responsible for that particular explosion, they were supposed to be sacked. Or they're supposed to even come out themselves and resign. We have made a mistake that cost people's life. We are not supposed to hold this job again. They will just go. But no, another thing will cover it up. All these long talk is just looking for a way to cover everything up, and nobody will take responsibility for what happened, and then life goes on. The dead will go and bury, the families will go and bury their deceased people, and life goes on. And like that it will continue tomorrow, because the ones that did today nothing happened to them. Tomorrow someone will mistakenly strike again and people's life will go just like that. Mediocrity, in Nigeria we accept mediocrity at all levels. If you go to any governmental this thing, nobody is like acting professional again. There is leaking, there is loopholes in every sector of the government, every one of them. We're not even talking about the police again, now the army. So who is guiding who? Are we still safe? Are we still safe? That means as Nigeria, you are responsible for yourself. You are protecting yourself. Because like this, nobody is protecting you. Even the person that you claim is protecting you can even harm you. This is not looking good at all. The government should really look into this matter, because this is people's life that we are talking about. And they did not go anywhere. They did not enter the bush. These people are at their home. You are at your house, and my God. Please, I need your opinion on this. Share me your opinion in the comment section. Like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel if